Hello and welcome to Agrarian Skies 2. I'm Mara28 and we are going to have a little adventure real quick. With the intentions of completing some quests and stuff, I wanted to actually do some of the monster hunting stuff. And early on in the monster hunting is this thing right here called the Terrible, where you have to go to the Nether and kill a boss. I've already marked down the locations of this boss on my mini-map for the Nether, so I know where it is. What we're doing right now is getting prepared for this. So I've already gone ahead and made a endearing scythe, which is just really, there we go. It is pretty much all enderium with a ferrous tough binding. Probably could have used enderium at that point, but I had it. I have also gone ahead and made up a bunch of arrows here. These are endearing arrows. They are made using the endearing arrowhead, so enderium, slime leaf fletchings, and blaze rods. So pretty standard stuff, right? Would have done a crossbow, but I kind of like bows better than crossbows, to be honest, even though I think crossbows are actually better. And we're also going to go ahead and make up a longbow here. This uses Illuminati bow limbs, enchanted bowstring, and an obsidian large plate, and this is just here for the Reinforced 3. I'm sure there's probably better materials I could use for this, but this looks pretty good to me for now. See, attack 3 hearts, that is not actually relevant. That would be as if I was punching with a bow, which I'm not doing. Draw speed is 0.05 seconds. That's pretty good, I imagine. And arrow speed is 9.72 times. So that seems pretty good to me. The only other thing that we're going to do to this is steal some redstone. Steal all the redstone. And put it on the bow. I thought you could put redstone on it. I guess not. That or the remaining modifiers are not actually accurate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was under the impression that redstone would adjust the draw speed, but I guess it really doesn't matter anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and dump this stuff off. Get rid of that, get rid of this stuff. Keep the food with us, keep the book with us. Don't need that. Alright, and I actually have one other stack of arrows that I made up. Don't know why I made two, I didn't really need to. But let's head on into the Nether and see if this goes anywhere close to not terrible. I have a feeling it'll be a form of terrible. There we go. Oh, it's also worth noting... Oh, what was that? It's also worth noting that I have a new jetpack. I went ahead and I made the reinforced jetpack. It's so much quicker, and I found out something pretty neat too. If we go ahead and hit U here, there's actually a UI for the jetpack itself, so you don't have to rely just on the hotkeys. So I could tell it to toggle hover mode, so it'll turn hover mode on now. That's pretty neat. It's pretty loud, but it's pretty neat. Alright, so we're going over that way. So the boss is over here. ButterFlutter the Terrible. That didn't do that much damage. Oh, that's got quite a bit of range, though. That's pretty good, I guess. I mean, I don't know what kind of health this thing has. Whatever this is, though, it's got a lot of kick, because that thing seems to be getting a lot of knockback. Okay, I like this. We do have a bit of a time thing here, because we have to kill this before we run out of jetpack. Luckily, the butterfly apparently can't fly. It is the butterfly no more. Oh, nice. You seem to be getting pretty good leveling up on the bow, because I don't think I should have done that much. Maybe it's a function of how much damage they deal. And I don't think the Tinker's arrows despawn, so we should be okay holding off until later getting them. Are you coming over here? Oh, you're freaking the freak out. It's okay, I'll come to you if that's the case. Jetpacks are OP. I'm hesitant to say that this bow and arrow combo is, but this jetpack is OP. Oh, the knockback on this is fantastic. As I slowly slide back down to ground. Remember, Bart had it right, nobody suspects the butterfly. +1 reinforced. There we go. How many of these arrows are we going to get back? Not all of them, unfortunately. I would still consider this a success. I do not consider you a success. Okay, these are pretty strong. Holy cow. How many hit points does that butterfly have? I could probably one-shot a pigman. And I don't recall seeing these wisps over here before. Last time I was in the Nether, I didn't see any nodes or anything, so are there nodes in here now? Huh. Let's get you, please. Thank you. And I think I lost this one. That's okay. I'm not really terribly worried about it. You can, as long as you recharge / repair the stack, you don't actually lose the effects that you have on them, so they're a lot better than they used to be. I just want to use this, though. This is like the ideal weapon for fighting these guys. Whoop. This is what I get for getting distracted. So since this is a scythe, it has an AoE attack, right? So I don't have to hit all of them. I can just get close enough and it does damage. It's pretty fun. Come on. This is like the perfect slime killer. Alright, I think these shards and stuff I'm getting here are used for forbidden magic. Let's take a second real quick and get the, oops, get out of here. Let's get this guy out. Do we, what is that? Blue Maho sapling, okay. Do we see any nodes that stand out? Because usually when there's wisps, there's nodes. Or did these just spawn because of killing the butterfly? That is also a possibility. Is that a node? That's a node! Alright. Oh, we're getting very low on fuel, actually. We need to get out of here. Okay, so I didn't think there were actually nodes in the Nether. It's good to know that I was completely and utterly wrong. Oh, hey, I'm leaving you alone. It's okay, it's okay. You know what I don't know, though? Where is my hole? I think it's over here. Down the hole, please. Thank you. Did I ever skin you? The things I forget to do. Mostly scan. It should be basic to Thaumcraft. You scan all the things. When you think you're done scanning the things, you scan more things. Alright, so that looks to be it. May as well use Zombie Brain to punch it. This screen is going to be very dizzy for a minute. Oh, come on. Please break. Alright. So that was a success. We killed the ButterFlutter the Terrible, and I realized that there are actually nodes in the Nether, so that's good for me. We also got some Wrath Shards and some Green Shards. I think these are, like I said, I think these are used for Forbidden Magic for some of their recipes and stuff. Let's go ahead and open up the book here, though, and we can claim our reward. And then that opens up Blaze Butchery. Magma Madness, which I've actually already done. Zombie Barbecue. Imp Insanity. Ghastly Gore. Oh, I kill one more, I get a title. That's pretty neat. What kind of bag are you? You are a greater reward bag. Let's open the thing up. Augment secondary sieve, secondary transmission coil, secondary gearbox, and a secondary reception coil. Okay. It's pretty neat. I don't think there are any other quests I have to turn in, however. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, I don't think I've definitely not unlocked anything else in here. Unfortunately, over the last few days, I've not really progressed any further on Thaumcrafty stuff. What I have done, though, is make a nice little hole over here. It's nice, and it's no longer a farm. We lit this thing up using Nitor, so to stop getting mob spawns in there, which was probably a really good idea. And you're empty. What I have done, though, I've actually gone ahead and I've made the materials that I need to make the power for the tower for the ME/Thaumcraft system. And what we're going to be using, as I had mentioned before, is an RF windmill. And it's not in there. You know, even if I try to be organized, I fail terribly. I know where it is. Alright. Stop hovering, please. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, there we go. Resonant flux windmill and a Enderium rotor. I've also made up a ton of redstone energy conduits. I don't need that many, but why not? Let's see, so I don't need anything else here, I think, except for the stone bricks. And those stone bricks. I don't know why I just did that. I could clearly see the items on the left side of the screen. Oh boy. You know, there's one other thing that we should probably make. We're not going to be using nearly as much power from this thing as we need. Well, as it generates, so it would not be a bad idea to store what we need for if we need to run anything else off of it. So let's make a energy cell. And since there is no upgrading from hardened to redstone, we may as well start with redstone. Alright, and how much redstone for this thing do we need? Get all your stuff in there, please. Good enough. And clear. You need 400 millibuckets of redstone. So 40 redstone. You know, there's no reason to do that. I have an entire drum of this stuff. Let's get a bucket. And down we go. Alright. So how many do we have in there? We have 370, so that's actually most of what we need. So you know what? Let's just melt it anyway. So that'll go in there. We'll put the frame inside there. So got redstone, energy cell. What else do you need? Electrum, lead, and conducting coil. So that's 4 electrum. I think I should have that. We should be okay. I ended up making a ton of electrum the other day. It was intentional this time, unlike my last world, which was totally not intentional and immensely frustrating. Alright. Energy. Oh, conductus coil. Of course I forgot something. There we go. Redstone energy cell. This tower is going to have better power storage than my actual base / island area. Alright, so we're going to have this windmill coming off about all the way up. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I didn't recharge this. I think we'll be okay for now. Hover mode on. So we're going to have this coming off from very near the top, like right over here, right? The higher you have these things, the better they do. So we'll just have it coming out over here. Alright, we want a bit of a walkway. So like walkway would end, say, like right over here. And then the area that this is going to be in is going to be a round room. But it's going to be, let's see, walls. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So about a 5 by 5 round area looks okay. It's going to be kind of cramped, but that's okay. Since it's supposed to be a little tiny room, it's not really meant for anything. This is just where we'll be housing the actual windmill itself and our power storage. And since we are mostly down here, and if we're going to see it, we'll be seeing the front from this way. We'll have this come up. I'm using the word round very loosely, by the way. I'm not sure what I did, but that looks terrible. There we go. Okay, so we'll have that come up. We'll have the actual windmill thingy right here. And then on the front of that, we add the rotor. That little tiny rotor. Oh, that's terrible. Rather than have any conduits running off of this, we'll just go ahead and park this thing like right over here. I'll clear it, and then the back of that is going to be input. So that should be pretty good. I mean, it checks in front of it for any obstructions, so there shouldn't be anything in the way. There's also the possibility that it needs to have a conduit. Or it just doesn't want to work. So let's check this out real quick. Is there any sort of special directions the thing has to face? So we'll put it down. There are no markings on this whatsoever, so that does not help. So as it turns out, I figured out what's wrong here. This has to have a 3x3 clearance centered on the front of the actual windmill itself, right? But on the back, It also has to have a 3x3 clearance, so since I had put my energy cell there, it was deciding it doesn't want to work. That's okay though, we can work around this. So as long as I have that conduit on the bottom, it should still be producing stuff. What are you producing? 27 RF per tick. It's not a ton, but that should be enough to keep a really basic AE system going though, so we should be okay. If I get really desperate, I can add another one. We'll have 54 RF per tick at that point, and should be okay. It'll look kind of neat. I'm really not doing this because it's efficient. If it's really efficient, I would be doing something else. Well, if that was my goal anyway. Because at no point is wind ever that great. Alright, so we'll leave that there. Let's take these up. I think what we'll do is have the energy cell in the floor here. Right. Which way is up? Okay, that's the front. Power is going to be going out the bottom, that's good. It needs to be able to come in from, well, actually, let's reset it. So bottom, out, in. And then we'll just have this come straight across, like that. Good. Wait, power's going down. Why is power going down? It's filling up the conduits. The conduits have an internal buffer. Okay. So we're okay. This is still generating. Yeah. And we may as well go ahead and lay the groundwork to have the other one over here as well. So it'll be just like that. And then the main thing I need in here is to make some duct covers to cover this up so that we don't see through or out. It'll work. It's not terribly pretty, but it'll work. It is worth noting, though, that thing right there is 27 RF a tick, right? It does work all the time, and I think it actually gets more efficient the higher up you go. So if I was near, like, build cap, it would be, like, I want to say 54 or so. This solar panel does 28 RF a tick, and it was a lot cheaper. Granted, it runs half the time, and it does lose efficiency, so, I mean, it could do a little more than this. I think it caps out at 32. Between the two of these, solar is so much better that it is not funny. Alright. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll get the next one of those things put up a little bit later. This is, the bottom of this thing is kinda to me. I don't like it, but I don't know how to make it better. I want it to look like it's like kind of pointed and hanging, but that's just weird. It's, I don't know. I don't know if I could actually make that better. Maybe if I tried stairs, but that would look a little odd, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and get down here. That is so very loud. Alright. Yes, I know. We have a quest with unclaimed rewards. Alright, so where do we have a quest with an unclaimed reward? I think it's assembly line, right? Yeah, it is. There we go. So since I made that as a top tier windmill, I had to make all the machine frames to get to that point, which means I've completed thermal upgrades. So get a reward back. And claim. Ooh, beef jerky. This is what I think of your beef jerky. Alright? I don't want it. I have my brain jerky. It is much superior. Alright. Is there anything else in here that we can do that would be fairly quick? I should really probably knock out some of these storage quests. There's the AE quest chain over here is completely there's nothing here, right? And I'm thinking I might need to either unlock something in the storage quests to do it, or something with the power generation. And since I've really not touched the storage ones, that seems like a good place to start. I guess the first thing would be to make a cache. Luckily, they're really super cheap. The only downside about them is that there's no easy way to tell what their contents are, but you can use a, what is it, a multimeter from thermal expansion to find out. Claim reward. And this wants a strongbox. The strongboxes are actually pretty neat. Let's see, let's get this back. You can actually enchant them to increase their storage capacity. It's a very neat mechanic. It's also one that will never ever really be used that much. Alright, claim reward. Alright, and then unlocks one quest elsewhere. I bet this is for AE. So we need a DSU. Is this the version that takes a Tesseract? DSU. It helps if I actually, just takes a resonant energy cell frame and 4 reinforced strongboxes. I think I actually have the Invar for this. I don't have the Invar for this. Alright. Hardened. So I have 1 hardened, right? I need to make 3 more hardened. How do I not have Invar? I thought I made a ton of it. I must have used all of the Invar. Well, poop. Yeah, no, I did. I used all my Invar when I was upgrading my jetpacks. Ah. Oh well. There is an easy solution to this. Let's try this again. Bam. But it is 2 to 1, right? Yes. Yeah. This is probably overkill, but you use so much Invar, it's not funny. Go ahead and let that cook up. We need to get the ingot cast back. Bam. And there is nothing in there, right? Okay, good. And there's no Invar there. Alright, so this is going to take a minute for everything to cook up. Alright, so it's time to make the DSU. By the way, I don't know why this thing is transparent. It's freaking me out. Just as an aside. Excuse me. So, deep storage unit. With any luck, I think this will open up the quest chain that I'm looking to get into. So we got that. Let's pop this. Okay, so we finished this. We can claim the reward. Guild of CDO. No idea what that is. More wood golems. That brings my total up to 8 now. I think I might have killed one, so let's say 7. Let's go ahead and check this out. Now, where did you open up a quest at? Are you in? Nope, it's not there. So I would have thought that it would have been in the AE stuff, but it doesn't appear to be anything here either. Infinite storage. What else would have infinite storage? Nope. Definitely no. Yeah, there's nothing new here. Britannia, bees and trees, AE. For the hoarding. Nope. So I'm kind of lost as to what that actually just did, but we'll go with it for now. Alright. I'll tell you what, let's do one last quest. Actually, let's do... Actually, expanding barrels for the 3 upgrade takes a little bit more than what I want to do right now. You just want a filing cabinet? That's actually really easy. The advanced one, not so easy. This one's really, really easy. This one would be really, really easy if I had chests. So we got that. Bam, claim reward, we get 3 more. Right, we want a gray bag. I'm not really fond of bagginses in this. I'd rather just use one of the pouches from thermal expansion, because they're not limited as to what can go in them. That being said, I could just use a bag of holding out of extra utilities. Gray bag. Do I have any gray wool in there? I do. Wow. And for the first time ever, I have run out of chests. Alright. Claim, we get a brown bag too. Alright, so they can get backpacks or satchels. The satchels are much more my thing. They don't have nearly as much inventory space, however you can enchant them just like you can enchant the strong boxes, and they're pretty nice. Not to mention they're actually pretty cheap. Let's see, and claim reward. Alright. Just to show that I'm not crazy and that you can indeed enchant these things, let's go downstairs real quick. Down the hole. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this up. It's got a single row of inventory space, right? I'm not sure how much of an enchant I can get on here of just nothing, but let's see. Holding 1, okay? And now it's 2 rows. I think holding can go up to about 4 or so. So it's it can add a lot of space. And then when you have these at the higher tier, they naturally have additional rows, so it's a pretty good bag. It scales really well, actually, considering they're fairly cheap. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for today. There's more stuff I've got to do, but unfortunately I am running extremely late. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below, and I will see you next time. Hopefully with some more stuff moved into this tower. I have a really bad feeling the build-up for this tower is not going to be nearly as good as the actual delivery. Anyway, I'll see you all later.